Howdy, hey! So this is queenspike here, and I am going to be making my updated total pack tier list for the Team Tour 17 season. This is Team Tour 17, right? I'm not getting old. Yeah, it is Team Tour 17, right? Yeah, okay. So I'm making this list to just like set a baseline for what I believe things are at right now. Okay, so there's gonna be a lot of surprises here, and we're just gonna go by tiers in the order of whatever the list decides. Firstly, Duck. Actually, I think these four should be grouped together. Duck goes into S, Beaver Pigeon A, Pig S. Okay. So, already, look, alright, I know. Pig, really? This is an imposter perspective. Let me explain, okay? So, with my time away from the game, and really just like thinking about it more, and just like going back to it with a fresh slate, completely no biases, no pre-built cognition, whatever, I've been trying out all the pets again, and I've just, man. Okay, so Duck and Pig are an S tier because even though their stat lines are a bit wonkier than the solid 3-2 that these two have, their cell effects are much better. Duck has the best cell effect in my opinion. It just is like almost always plus 3 HP, which is like already better than Beaver in terms of raw stat gain, but it's a HP instead of attack. And HP just better than attack in a lot of cases. So Duck has to be S tier. Like, when I take Duck, I'm basically saying, yeah, there's a good chance I'll lose both of the first 2 rounds, but my tier 3s and tier 2s are going to be supercharged, and I think that's very valuable. Pig is an S tier because while it is not as good of a sell value on turn 3 as Duck, it's still a very good sell value, and it has the potential that if gold breakpoints are wonky, you can just choose to not sell the Pig. Like, I have stated before, man, I fucking hate not selling Pig, but like, Yoshi really made me look at it differently. When he said, don't look for the HP, look for how it trades. And 4 attack is very commonly an even trade. I think that keeping a level 2 Pig is like a different discussion because that's 3 HP on a 9 gold unit. But a level 1 Pig, 4 attack, that kills a lot of things. You only invested 3 gold into it, and it can trade positively against like a crab, a flamingo, well, technically not a flamingo, a kanga. It's like, these are some of the good tier 2s. So, yeah, changed my mind on Pig. I actually like the boy now. Beaver and Pigeon are an A. They're pretty similar. I slightly prefer Pigeon, but it's like a very minute difference. They're both just show up to work, you sell them, they give you value. Very good. Okay. Otter. You know me loving my Otter beatdown. Obviously, Otter has to go in S tier. Otter is the whole reason why tempo in pack 1 tier 1s is viable. Okay, Ant and Cricket. Actually, the thing is, my general take is like, how often is this takeable, and how often when it is takeable, I can click it and be happy. Thing is, you cannot click Otter with any of these 4 on your board, and these 4 are like really good. So I actually think I'm gonna bump it down to A. It's still really good. It's like top of A. But it's just like such anti-synergy with these 2, and these 2 are the best, so... Alright, Ant. My opinion of Ant has decreased a bit with my increase in opinion of Pig. I used to think that the Ant's anti-synergy with any 1 HP things was like fake, because I hate Horse, I hate Pig. Yeah, not so much about the Pig angle anymore, so I found that since I'm taking more Pigs, Ant is a bit less takeable. But it's still like pretty very good tempo. I think, yeah, bottom A for now. Cricket S, yes, you see a cricket, you take a cricket. Crickets are good everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're doing cell, tempo, or mix, cricket is just always good. Fish is a high roll as wet dream, but for consistency reasons, you put it at B, because it's just not as guaranteed value as any of these guys. Oh, the shitters. Moving on. Mosquito actually goes in F. Horse, I found the only reason horse is escaping F is because I found horse with specifically auto. Like, if you see these two in shop, you click it very often because horse auto beatdown is actually very potent. Auto gives health, horse gives attack. You just steamroll many turns. Okay. Snail. This thing's a do nothing sometimes, but when it is a do good, it is a do very good. I think it will get slide into A. Okay, crab. Okay, crab is interesting. So 4-1 stat line. Base level ability is pretty shit, I'm gonna be real. It only really gets like noticeable when you hit level 2. I only really take crabs when I have double duck cell or elephant on board. Which is like not super unlikely, but it's not like the most reliable. So I think it's gonna go in C tier. Swan. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Okay. So Swan in Total Mirror specifically is probably like low B. But in cross pack, when we consider cross packs, I consider it low C. In my experience, and this could be completely wrong, I could just do shit at late games, but even if I hit a Swan 2 and keep it, I still get out late games by Star, by Unicorn, by a ton of other of the cross packs. And Swan's 1-2 stat line and no in-battle effect is like really hard to justify. Swan is amazing if you can match their tempo. The thing is, I don't find myself matching the tempo of top players very much when I click Swan. Rat, it's got a stat line, but the ability is really icky. Hedgehog. Okay, Hedgehog is like a high skill pet. I'm gonna be real, I don't know how to use this thing very well. I think this is one of my main weak points. I want to learn how to use Hedgehog a lot better. But judging from how I've seen other players use it, I think it's high B. Yeah, high B. And now, okay, I've been really negative about the tier 2 so far, but we're getting to the premium tier 2s. Okay, because I want to get to the premium tier 2s in their own section, we're gonna go Worm. Worm goes into D. When I started playing this game again, I loved Worm. I thought it was the best. No, Worm is terrible. Worm, if you don't hit exactly rabbit on tree with Worm in shop, it is not takeable. Very often. It's like... And if you don't hit Worm 2 by like turn 7, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you buying 2 gold +1/+1 when there's a pear in shop, when there's a bread in shop, when there's canned food in shop? It's not worth it. Alright, premium tier 2s. I classify these 4 as premium tier 2s because in my experience, when these tier 2s appear in shop, I buy them nearly 100% of the time. These are the tier 2s I am really looking to buff with Dark and Fat, yes. Okay, Peacock, 2-5 stat line. Very good, very good. 2-5 stat line on a tier 2 is absurd. And it has an effect that appreciates it being a scaling target. Very good. I think this goes into high A tier. Below auto. Above snail. Mingo, S. I think it goes here in S. Mingo is like the best tier 2 in the game, period, in my opinion. Like, even considering every other pack, even considering custom packs, I don't think there's a single tier 2 that can match Flamingo in its utility, in its reliability. It is effectively 5-4 worth of stats, split across 3 bodies, meaning you can make your big stupid, your 1-2s or 1-1s or whatever, your stupid scalers, the stupid swans. You can just make dumb idiots into actual threats for Flamingo. And the stats, the tempo from the stats would already put it in like high B or low A. But it also is a pseudo cell pet. It does shit on its way out. You just pill it and you get like a salad. It's a targeted salad. Yeah. Kanga, I am a Kanga lover. I think that this thing is usually at least a 4-4 for me. And tier 2 4-4, very good, very good. But it is conditional. But I think the condition is not that hard. But because it is conditional, I think I'm gonna put it there in A. Spider, we all hate Spider. We all hate losing games because Spider rolls, Spider sheep, Spider camel, Spider badger. But let's be real. It's a 2-2 that summons a 2-2. That's obscene stats. It has synergy with Kanga. It has synergy with Snack. It has synergy with so many things. It has to be an A tier. I hate how unreliable it is. And I'm putting it in the middle purely because of how unreliable it is. But I think it has to be an A tier. Okay. Dodo. How long have we been going for? 11 minutes. Okay. Oh, let's try and get this under an hour. Okay. Dodo. Moving on. Okay, for real though. Dodo is... Okay. Dodo got buffed with Bread Edition, but I still think Dodo's trash. The reason being is that Dodo is the #1 pet in the game, in my opinion. Like, I haven't seen a pet where this is more true. Where you fucking need the level 2 for it to do shit. Level 1 Dodo late game is fucking unplayable dog shit. You scale this 2-4 stat line so hard for it to give +10 attack or something. And it's just not... You can't do level 1 Dodo. And when I take Dodo, I'm basically betting the game on hitting level 2 Dodo. Because level 1 Dodo is so fucking shit. I cannot get over the fact that level 2 Dodo is damn near required for this thing to do anything. Okay, moving on. Badger. Okay, Badger's a strange thing. Okay. If you do not have a tier 3 scaler already on your board, without a scaling target, this thing is in like F or D. But if you have a rabbit or giraffe, and you don't have a scaling target, Badger fucking jumps all the way to like A or S. It's that stark of a difference. I think because of how unreliable it is, I'm gonna put it in high D. But don't let this fool you. The thing is, I rarely click Badger because the conditions for it to be good is that I need to have a rabbit or giraffe on board, and I need to not have a scaling target on board already. But I usually don't click a rabbit or a giraffe without a scaling target on board. So the only real time I click Badger, Giraffe, or Badger, Rabbit is if I get two tier ups, and they're in different tier ups. And in that case, Badger becomes like A or S. It is incredible. The problem is that Badger sucks without a tier 3 scaler. You just kill your own shit. The effect is so, like, it's just not very good unless you have a giraffe or a rabbit, because it cares about stats. And at the same time, you need something that can tank the hit, that can like body block. And really, the only 3 things are rabbit, giraffe, and swan. And like, it's just... I don't get the wrong idea. Badger with giraffe or rabbit, when you don't have another scaling target, it's AOS. It's incredible. Because it's so oppressive once it gets big. Once this thing becomes bigger than your opponent, what the fuck did they do? Do they front their weak shit and the Badger hits the big guy anyway with the ability? Do they front the big guy and die because this thing has so much fucking attack? Sorry, Badger ran over. Dolphin. Solid low A. This thing might move, but I think this goes in low A. I put it here. Like, I'm never over the moon to see a dolphin, but I'm always happy to see a dolphin. This dolphin is just reliable. The way I think about dolphin is, have you guys played Magic the Gathering? Okay. So in Magic the Gathering, there's this archetype of card called counter spells, which basically negate activations of spells. Okay? So Dolphin is the equivalent of showing your opponent you have a counter spell. What does that mean? It means that your opponent knows you have that counter spell, so they won't cast your big buff card into your counter spell because you'll just counter it for free. In SAP terms, if you buy a Dolphin, suddenly it makes tech pets the outs for big things, for when you're outscaled. It suddenly makes them really difficult to take. Like, an example, Shark, Snake, Fly, Turkey, they all get killed by Dolphin. You need to buff their HP, and that is a 6 gold cost to get a tech pet on board once you have a big Dolphin. That's a very high cost for the opponent to play. And very often, they just don't play that cost. They just try and outbig you, but since you're already bigger, there's a high chance you're going to be still bigger and just win. By showing them, hey, I have this Dolphin, hey, I can just lurk your Snake, I can lurk your Shark. It basically already does that, because even if they see it, there's a good chance they won't fucking take it. Okay. Giraffe. Scalar. Tier 3 Scalar. Very good. Any questions? It's either high A or low S, but I think it's low S because I just think Rabbit's like a bit overrated. I prefer Giraffe over Rabbit in most cases because Giraffe is passive scale, especially in cross-pack matchups. I love spending all 10 of my gold on like food, on like tech, for like on tech foods or like tech perks or tech pets. It's like I really want to spend all 10 of my gold meaningfully, and Rabbit kind of, it makes you want to buy like apples a lot more. It makes you really like settle for like meat bone and shit. And Rabbit is like much more focused on having a good guy on board already. Giraffe, you can like scale a cricket, you can scale like a big stupid tier 1 or tier 2. Rabbit, you do that, it feels pretty shit because the tier 3 food is salad, so you'll probably be missing. And you have one big stupid idiot with Giraffe, and then like a bunch of medium-sized idiots with Rabbit, and the big stupid idiot will just beat the medium-sized idiots. Okay. Since I'm talking about Giraffe and Rabbit, mid-E. I like, it's good, but I don't take raw rabbits very often. Actually, low A. Because like, if I get shown a tier and it's Rabbit versus something else, and that's my only tier, and I don't have a good scaling target, which if you only have one tier, that's really just Peacock and Spider. If I don't have one of those two, I will take the other tier. Unless it's like Mirror. Because in Cross Pack, you really want the tempo, and Rabbit is just like negative 1,000 tempo. Okay, Elephant. You know it was coming. Like nobody is surprised. Camel's base stats were a bit iffy, but it has good ability. It has good synergy with Giraffe and Rabbits. High A. Yeah. Actually, I think it's... I'd rather click a Dolphin over a Camel most of the time is the thing. So maybe I actually just move Dolphin, Camel up a bit. Yeah, that seems more right to me. Can you tell I'm just freestyling this? Okay, Ox. Ox shows up to work, he's reliable, he synergizes with Spider, Kanga, and Flamingo, which are 3 of the 4 premium tier 2s I would very commonly have on my board. Melon is good. Ox good. I love Ox. S. Low S, but S. Dog. You know, I've done a lot of reassessing with a fresh mind, and I gotta say, dog is still dog shit. Okay. My problem is that it only gains +1 HP, and it has base 2 HP. A lot of the attack stats is fake because you never get the attack stats off because it like overkills by a ton, and then it has no HP and gets value traded. I just don't think that's value. Be right back. I need to close my door. Okay, I'm back. Dog definitely got quite a bit better with both Cake and Bread, because Cake and Bread both synergize with Dog very well. I think before Cake and Bread, Dog was like F, but with Cake and Bread, I am willing to find a middle ground and put it in low. Alright. My gut wants it in D, but just put it in C. I'm not that crazy. Okay. Sheep. Who is this? Bro was not invited to the party. Okay, so it's 6 damage guaranteed, which is pretty good. The issue is that if you're looking for summons, it's kind of like put it in a rock in a hard place, because if you want summons, you probably have a Sputter already, and Sputter's like almost as good as Sheep, and you probably have scaled the Spider a bit. And if you just want to wait one more tier, or if you get a tier up and this is like on tier, you can just get a deal, which is infinitely better. So Sheep is like not actually that bad, but it's just made worse by the competition around it, really. Okay, Skunk, Big 4. Okay, so I've seen a lot of Skunk hate recently, saying it's a bit overrated. Let me explain why I still think it's Big 4. Funnily enough, all 4 of the Big 4 are tier 4s. Little hint there. Okay, Skunk. When you buy a Skunk, you basically cancel out an entire line from your opponent. You cancel out any big singular guy, which like completely neuters Danger Pack. It completely neuters Ellie Blow. It completely neuters a lot of the pack, a lot of Total Pack. It neuters Total Pack. It neuters Puppy Pack to an extent. Star Pack not as much, but sometimes if they get Frog Swap on. Golden Pack almost very rarely, but sometimes Golden Pack does scale, so it is still an option if your opponent has like a Manta Ray. In Unicorn Pack, it does almost Jack Squat. In the Unicorn matchup specifically, it's like B or something. And in Danger Pack, it like clears, because Danger's like big stupid idiot the pack. Hippo. I have Desperation clicked Hippo sometimes, and it isn't that bad as a filler, but it's still pretty bad. So I'll compensate and do Hide, but it's once again, it's like hit with a rock in a hard place in like competition, because there's so many good tier 3 scalers scaling targets. Like I'd rather scale a camel hippo or a badger, honestly, or an elephant or an ox. And if you wait one tier more, is like rhino. It is. And wait, I'm just looking at this. Wait, why are the tier 5s chuds for scaling targets, huh? I swear to God. Oh wait, it's because some of it's in Rooster, and Rooster's bad. I mean, nothing. I'm totally not spoiling my own list. Okay. Bison. Okay, moving on. Blowfish. Actually, I'll save you. I can do my Blowfish discourse later. Turtle. Big 4, best pet in the pack. You just take Turtle regardless of your board. You take Turtle regardless of the opponent's pack. You take it every time, because like we all complain about Bad Dog. But Turtle is tier 4 bad dog. You pay 4 gold, no board slot, no board slot, that's the important thing, no board slot, 4 gold, and you get a tier 6 perk. You can get this on turn 5. Turn 7 it's still amazing. Fucking hell, I still do this shit on turn 9. It's so fucking crazy how we're allowed to have Melon on turn 5. And we can put this Melon on like an elephant, or even like a hippo, or like parrot, on like so many things that have great effects, versus Ox, where it is just a big stupid idiot with Melon. And that's already S tier. Okay, Penguin. High roll is Wet Dream, but not the most consistent. I think Low C is applicable. Because like, it's either A tier or it's F tier, no in between. And I think C is like a good middle ground, because I think the A tier section is like common enough, but it's not so common for me to bump it up to B. It's like, it's very obvious when Penguin's good. It's like, you'll know when there's a good Penguin. Wait, did I just call Penguin Parrot? I'm stupid. You'll know when there's a good Penguin, but very often you'll know, oh yeah, this Penguin's fucking dog shit. Whoa. I love can farming. I love pair farming. Still not the biggest fan. So high D. But like, it's not that horrible to be an F, but I still would rather without it. Whale. Actually, no, I should just do Dio. Dio's big tree. Okay, ignore the summon line. Like, genuinely, just ignore the summon line for a second. This thing is no drawback, no condition, deal 12 damage with piercing. On a tier 4. That's fucking crazy value. And obviously, you can make it better with like summon lines, but you don't even need summon lines for Dio to be good. Dio is the enabler for summon lines, because you can take Dio fucking whenever, and because you have this Dio, you can, oh, I can take this whale now. Ooh. It's like, Dio is so good. Genuinely, these three could be in any order, but if I were to order it, it would be this. Just kidding. I've been omitting one. Okay. Let me rip the band-aid off and explain why Blowfish is big for. Just kidding. I lied. So, I'd like to give a humble apology. I've said some very slanderous things about Parrot. 2 HP. Which is true. But I think with my new perspective, with my new outlook, my new fresh mind, I can confidently say Parrot is big 4. The reason being, and the reason why I said for the longest time that Parrot is A tier or even lower, is because it needs an S or A tier ability to copy for it to be good, and it therefore cannot be an S tier. However, that's when I looked at my methodology again. I was like thinking really hard about my methodology because I knew I was missing something. And then I realized, Parrot, when you're losing, copies Deer, copies Skunk, it can copy whatever it can copy an Ox for like cheesing, it can copy, where's other good copy? It can copy Croc. When you're winning, you do the exact same fucking thing. Because if you're losing, you buy Parrot because it's basically like, oh, this is basically like redundancy. It's like, oh, I now have 2 Deers, oh, I now have 2 Skunks. You can just make it whatever you need at the time. And it's just, I should just stop saying it's just, but I think that Parrot is, you take it when you're winning because you're ahead and you can scale the Parrot and then the Parrot murders endgame. You take it when you're losing because you copy good effects to cheese out wins. And you take it when you're even, because when you're even, you're going the late game. And when you go to late game, you want a good parrot. Like, the scariest thing you could possibly see that doesn't include cake is a level 2 parrot with bread going into turn 9. This shit can copy as fly, snake, mammoth, even a fucking wolvie, leopard, not gorilla, boar. And you have to play around all of those, and you just can't. You just fucking can't. Okay. There, I said it. Parrot is big 4. Okay. I got it out of my system. Okay, we can return to Blowfish Glaze. Blowfish is actually bottom of it. Like, genuinely, Blowfish is not all that. It's really good with Elephant. Yeah, it's really good with Hedgehog. And I personally like raw Blowfish a lot, but raw Blowfish requires you to have a rabbit or a giraffe on board without a scaling target, which on turn 5 or turn 7 is very unlikely for me. And Hedgehog lines, you need like a camel or some kind of hood synergy before hitting the Blowfish. Because like buying a raw Blowfish Hedgehog on turn 7 is depressing. Even on turn 5 it's a bit questionable because there's so many good tier 4 tier ups. And yeah, early blow is like the main reason why this thing is made. Like, Whale, in specifically the Unicorn matchup, it's up here, but not in every other matchup. It's like B tier. It's solid. It triggers feint. There's a lot of good feints. It has like fringe synergy elsewhere, but yeah, it's like do I need to explain Whale? Everybody knows what Whale does. Whale is like not that complicated. You just put feint pet in front of it, you put your big guy in front of it to protect it from in-battle effects. Whale is just good. Score. The great equalizer. Sometimes we'll be playing for a score, sometimes we'll hate seeing a score. And I think it should go in the absolute middle of B tier. Because it's either S or F, no in between. Actually, it's kind of at top of B. Because sometimes when you're winning, you just buy a score up to close it out because there's no way they expect a fucking score up when you're winning. But yeah, it's really hit or miss. Clock. This pack's main form of disruption, and it's very good disruption. This is an amazing parrot target. This thing is great at just handling the tech lines in the pack. This thing is very easily going into A tier, right there. Yeah, you can tell I like a lot more pets than I dislike in this pack. Rhino. Rhino, and specifically the mirror, is if you have a bigger Rhino than your opponent, the opponent doesn't get to play the game. If you have a smaller Rhino than the Rhino's a sloth. In cross packs, it's a bit more iffy. The opponents usually have more outs. I think it's like B tier because if this thing is smaller, it's a sloth. And that is such a big downside for a tier 5. And 6, 7 is not the easiest to get scaled up. Unless you have like a monkey or like a level 2 rabbit. It's just not like that reliable, but the high roll with it is so crazy that it has to be like decently high. Monkey. Is anyone surprised? Monkey good. I think monkey goes. Yeah. Armadillo. This thing is like a fun tech pet, but not the most practical. But for its niche uses and the fact that nobody expects it until you whip it out and it kills your opponent, we're gonna put it high D. Cow! You always put cows. Cows are the best. Seal, F. Rooster. Just run deer, man. Just fucking run deer. Like, very rarely will I ever run Rooster over deer unless I have like a dodo or the deer is a turkey buffed and I have like a level 2 turkey, but you know, you get top of F for that, but you're still F. Shock. With bread, Shock has become even better than it already was, and it was already an S tier. So this thing goes into S tier. Turkey, height of A. These two look like they're very similar, but look like they go in like the summon line, but Shock does not need summon line, and Turkey also does not need summon. This thing is basically a canned food on steroids. This is a 10-10 no drawback. And with the inclusion of bread in the pack... Wait, where the fuck is bread? There's no bread. Are we dead ass? There's no fucking bread. God damn it. You'd think she'd have fucking checked if there was bread in the pack. No. God damn it, man. I'll figure something out later. Okay. Turkey is a canned food on steroids. Shock is amazing stat line. Level 2 Shock wins games. Level 2 Shock is also amazing because Parrot is amazing. Shock Parrot is the best comeback tool in the pack in my opinion. Okay, tier 6s. Well, we're almost done. 36 minutes later, we're at tier 6s. Okay. So this isn't actually the longest tier list ever, which I'm pretty happy about. Okay, Leopard. This thing in cross-pack matchups is A tier in my opinion. In mirrors, it's a bit lower, but I think because of how common cross matchups are, I'll put it here. Reasoning being, in mirrors, it's like usually overkill, but like sometimes you need that overkill, sometimes you need that comeback. But in specifically cross packs, I find that very often I need Leopard to win, because Leopard is the strongest late game line Total Pack has. And you just sometimes against late game Unicorn, late game Star, the only way you have a chance reliably is with Leopard. So Leopard has to be here because you just don't have many other solutions other than Leopard for like a cross-pack late games for some of them, because some of them are crazy. Wolvie was a pet that I used to put at F tier, but Yoshi has made me respect this thing. I'm putting it in B. You don't take this very often. Like, you take this when you're super ahead, because in mirrors, the only way you lose when you're super ahead is with, like, put cheese with their own Wolvie, so you just counter Wolvie. And in cross-pack matchups, it's a bit suspicious, but in Turtle Mirrors specifically, this thing is amazing. It counters Ellie Blow, it counters Hog Zodia, which are like two of the things that can beat you when you're bigger. So buying this in Turtle Mirrors when you're bigger is very good. Yoshi has changed my mind on this. This guy used to be an F, but bottom of B. Boar is like the bog standard tier 6. It's like okay. It's like not super amazing, but you're never sad to see a boar. The problem is tier 6s in Total Pack are crazy, so by competition it's unfortunately going to C. High C, but still C. Tiger. Do I really need to say anything for Tiger? Like this thing is literally blueprint. Like do I need to say anything? Gorilla. I used to hate this boy, but when he's bigger, he usually at least 2-for-1s, usually 3-for-1s, and that is incredible. So the issue is that, like Rhino, when he's smaller, he's a sloth. But the difference is that Gorilla, if it survives it gets the effect. Rhino needs to kill to get the effect. So I'm gonna put it slightly higher. Mammoth. You always take Mammoth. There's very few instances where I skip Mammoths. So I think it's just like, the only time I really skip Mammoths is when the opponent has an in-battle stealing effect. Like Ellie Blow, for example. Every other case, I click Mammoth. Dragon. Okay. This guy is the win more over, just fuck your opponent in the ass. if you're ahead, you take dragon and you win the game. If you're behind, you take dragon and fly, unless you have exactly dog. So, like Scorp, I think I'm gonna put it in B because very often it's just not fucking takeable. Spider, say, I'm not Spider, Cat for the same reason goes also here. Very often it's just not takeable because it's just like such low tempo and you really can only take these when you have lives. Snack. I've seen a lot of Snack hate recently. I still think they still got it a bit. I'm gonna put him in like high A. I still like Snack a lot. Like, you can't Snack Tiger very much anymore, but I think raw Snake is like still very, very viable. Like, in my experience, the Exodia comp being Mammoth, Whale, Snake, Tiger, Fly, I found that if you just replace the Tiger with like a Parrot copying Shark, or well, not a with like a Shark, not a Parrot copying a Shark, with a Shark, it still works very well in my experience. And it's just such little investment. You just, oh, you have a big guy? Yeah, you can take a Snake. And it's such a pain in the ass to deal with. Fly, this thing got bumped up because Fly Parrot is amazing. This thing is also going in A, I think here, slightly below that. This thing works with summons, and it works even without summons as like a melon popper, as a steak popper. Very good. Apple, A, the game would not function without Apple, but Apple is not game breaking. Honey, solid B. Pill, I think it's in the same boat as A. The pack needs to function, cannot function without it, but it's not like blow your socks off. Meatbone. Actually, I should put. I think he goes up here. Here. Okay. Meatbone. Meatbone. I like Meatbone more than the average player, but like, just buy fucking cake, bro. Just buy cake, please. Cupcake. This thing's underrated, but still not that good. I think bottom of C. It's like, I mostly buy it when it's gold efficient and I think it wins me the turn. Or when it's double lethal. Garlic, I am a stalwart Garlic defender, but even I can't defend it that much because of how bread is one tier above it and better very often. By very often, I mean like 95% of the time. I'm still gonna justify to myself that it's in B tier though. Salad, the scumbag. We hate salad in this household, but we have to click the salad, so begrudgingly put it in. Cake. Yep, we're doing it. We're fucking doing it. It's an S. You take cake, and any ties are instantly wins now. Like, simply buying a cake makes it so any ties are wins. And that is something very few things can replicate in this game. Oh wait, something that can replicate it. Can. Also goes in S. Pear. Right here, baby. Pear is the best stack food in the game, in my opinion. Nothing comes close. Chili. This thing is surprisingly good in a lot of instances, but those instances are hard to spot. But for the experienced player, I think I think it's slightly better than Garlic. It's slightly less situational. Chocolate. Any questions? Sushi. You basically only click sushi when you have a cat. Let's be real here. Sushi is only good with cat, so fuck you, sushi. Steak. Very, very good tech. I love steaks. Steaks go in S. Bottom of S, but still S. Melon. Does anybody really need me to explain my melon in this tier? Like, come on. Mushroom is more protection. More protection is good. It triggers faint effects again. It works really well with whale. So I think top of A. Then pizza. This is like slightly more acceptable to take without cat, but I'm never happy to, so I think this goes in like top C and below one. That's it. Let me just skim through, make sure I'm happy with everything here. Oh yeah, I should talk about bread. Bread goes in S tier. Bread would go... I think bread goes in between Mingo and... down low. Alright. Thanks for coming, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.